Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to the I'm So Great podcast. I am your host, Mso the Great. Yes, I am great because I bring great to the plate. Yeah. We are in beautiful Relax Studios here, 114 East Princess Anne Road, Norfolk, Virginia. If you're ever out in Norfolk, Virginia, come on, check us out, man. We a vibe over here. I'm telling you, Relax is a dope spot, man. I mean, it's part art gallery, part dispensary, part well, I can't say, yeah, part theater, part health and wellness shop. I don't know, man. We just do a lot of different things here. We want people to be extremely comfortable. We want people to be able to enjoy themselves and create and do work and things of that nature. We have painters that come here and they set up and just paint. Just have a dope place to paint. We're playing the movies and stuff like that, or music videos. Anyway, man, it's a vibe, man. Come check us out. We Lax 114 East Princess Anne Road, Norfolk, Virginia. 420 friendly space for you to be able to create or just relax because the world needs to simply relax. Hey, man, I'm happy to be here today, man. I'm happy that we're having this conversation today. Today, man, we're going to have a conversation, man. Really, it's going to be about cannabis. I'm a cannabis advocate when it comes to the state of Virginia. I'm a absolute cannabis advocate. I believe that cannabis is a very useful tool, not only for medical use and to be able to help with psychological issues and things of that nature, but it's just a fun thing. It's just a non-threatening, fun thing that people can enjoy. It's a very sociable thing. I've um, I've been a cannabis user for quite a while now, and one thing I know about cannabis is a sociable thing. I mean, people come together, they socialize, they have conversations, they build off of it. I mean, it's a sociable thing, so it really helps when it comes to the um, I would say at least breaking the ice. I would say breaking the ice or being able to have conversations with people when they're in a more relaxed type atmosphere, in a relaxed type state, because what cannabis does, it relaxes you. What I mean, have you on a philosophical journey sometimes. What I mean, some of us can get on a philosophical journey when you're on cannabis, but at the end of the day, man, it's really one of those. It's a great community tool. It's a great tool for community for us to be able to, what I mean, have conversations and let our hair down. The same thing that alcohol usually does. You have alcohol in a room, people have a couple of drinks, and everybody start opening up and things of that nature. The same thing with cannabis. But the difference between cannabis and alcohol is cannabis has on record never killed anyone. What I'm saying? If you heard anything about anybody supposedly ODing on anything, it's going to be a chemical base of something. It's not going to be cannabis. They're not. That's not going to happen. So cannabis is one of those extremely safe things, and being so safe, it's like why? Why all the fighting, the frustration, and the anger about it? If it's so safe, if the government or anyone can't prove why it's so dangerous for you. What is the issue that we have here? I'm here in the state of Virginia. Saying shout out VA. I'm here in the state of Virginia. The state of Virginia, back in 2021, I think it was 2021. Is it 2020, 2021, around that time? They legalized cannabis. But they legalized cannabis for possession and personal use. So a citizen can have up to an ounce of cannabis on them before they're violating any type of it's hard to say laws because it can't be a law because it really doesn't hurt anybody. So it's more like an ordinance, I would say, before you start violating city ordinance when it comes to cannabis quantities. So every person is allowed to have it, but here's the kicker: nobody is truly allowed to sell it. Once cannabis was legalized, for some reason, the government decided to force THCA and Delta 8 down our fucking throat. Nobody asked for this. Nobody requested this. Nobody signed up for this. Nobody fought for that. Nobody fought for TACA. Nobody fought for Delta 9. Nobody fought for that shit. That's something the government was trying to throw over at us. Why? Because they're trying to find a way, in my personal opinion, you're trying to find a way to make it bad, make it where it can make you sick. You know what I'm saying? And so you're messing with these other products and all these other things instead of just allowing the actual cannabis, which is a tool, a cash crop. It's a cash crop. There's so many different things that you could do with this. You have so many different support businesses, and this is something that will create jobs. It will damn sure create. The industry will create jobs. It will create a grand amount of jobs. It would also be able to create more taxes. You have more tax revenue coming in. Can you imagine if we sat down and came up with some guidelines for the tax revenue that's coming in for cannabis, that a certain percentage of that tax revenue goes directly to the schools? Directly to the schools, and not to the schools where it's going directly to the schools for no, it's going directly to the schools for equipment and functional learning objectives. So that's what, and you can literally make that happen. I mean, the tax dollars from this, if you allow it to be taxed, the tax dollars from this will be able to really bring in and make something happen. I mean, our police force will be way better funded. We could put a part in that where part of it goes to funding the police force. Our police force will be way better funded. Our socialist programs, all our socialist programs, the police force, education, firefighters, you know what I'm saying? All of that stuff will be able to have just a more stable pot and maybe a little more technologically sound, because you have a whole new industry that is getting in grand taxes in to be able to make this happen. I mean, we are a resort place. And Virginia, I won't say the whole state of Virginia is a resort, but I live in a 757. This is resort town here. This is resort town, man. You're handicapping your resort town because you won't allow them to use a tool that a lot of people already use and already in the game of and want to acquire on, you know what I'm saying? And you're in the way of that. And I can't figure out why, besides extremely selfish aims when it comes to your part in the government. Your personal things that you want to get done, your personal things that you're trying. Nah, man, that's not what the people signed up for. The majority of the people said they want this. The majority of the people said they want this. Who are you to go against that? You're supposed to be a civil servant. You're supposed to work for the people. You're supposed to be the voice of the people. So you have to hear the people to be the voice of, and not one side. How our politics have turned into a one-sided game plan. If I'm gonna do things, come on, you know what I'm saying? It's like, for real, this is something that's absolutely needed. There's a lot of sick people. There are a lot of people that just want to wean themselves off of alcohol, maybe, man. Just wean themselves off of prescription drugs and be able to have something to be as a coping mechanism to do things like that. There's some people that just like, they live really stressful lives and work really stressful jobs and shit. And sometimes they just want to hit a joint to be able to relax. What they only can have a drink? You know what that does to your body, man? You know what that does to your body? All that constantly drinking, it does a lot to your body, man. It does a lot to your body. I'm just looking at, like, if the people are saying that this is what the people want, what's taking so long? There are other states that are already legalized right now that we can really start to adopt some of their platform, what they use to be able to go legally and to legalize. And then you can see, okay, because I was listening, because our governor, I don't really understand what's going on with this guy. You know what I mean? It's like every aim he does just goes against what the people were asking for. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a wild thing. I don't get it. It's like, why do you work so hard? This was a selfish thing for you. You worked so hard to become governor, and this was a selfish thing for you. This was something that you know, I want to become governor, so me and my homies, you ain't gonna look out for the people, man. You ain't gonna look out for the people. You're not gonna listen to the people or be a part of the people at all. And for what? For what? Because you know you're gonna take advantage of them. You know you don't give a shit. This is a big thing, man. This is a big thing because this industry can really help. And there's so many, and this industry can help support other industries, and the support industries within this industry could be some. It's like, come on, man. If we were actually diving in, and saying, you know what we can do right now, you know what we need to do right now, we need to go ahead and put some investment into this industry so we can make sure that this industry flourishes, because we are a resort town. So if we had just another thing where people were able to come and enjoy and be unique to this place, you have made capital. Where is the loss in that? You're going to get tax dollars. Where's the loss in that? Creating jobs. And then you have one less thing to truly worry about. One less thing for your police force to have to worry about. One less thing. They'll be able to have a little more breathing room because it's one less thing. And then you have this thing that is bringing in capital, so you don't have to sweat so much about tickets and all that stuff, because the other thing is bringing in capital. It's helping to bridge the gap, And if you can make that happen, if you could get it to help to bridge the gap, like, come on, man, that is serious. That is serious. What can this industry be in 20 years? What can this industry be if we've started producing products? We started producing concrete and fabrics and things of this nature. What could this industry be? It could be something. It could be something great. Imagine another $1 billion industry in Virginia. We got shipping. That's $1 billion. Come on, man. Like we just another thing. Another thing to make us great, another thing to bring in capital, another thing that we can control and hone in and make it look good because we're doing it. This thing could be something that is going to make a lot of capital, that is going to help feed a lot of people, that is going to, we need jobs right now. Not only have jobs been cut ever since COVID and never really picked up like that, but now you have this Doge situation where they're going and cutting federal jobs in mass quantities. And what are the rest of the companies doing? The rest of the companies are following suit, just looking at it, just like, oh, we're going to, come on, man, it's a lot of loss. What we going to do to gain? What we going to do to add to it? To bring in revenue, because that's the problem right now. I don't see nobody focused on actually creating revenue. All this shrinkage. Yes, I understand. I went to business school too. I get it. You want to cut. Our new CEO comes in here. Oh, they just cut to try to make it look good on paper. But you know what happens, man, when you pull back. The multiplier effect happens based on if you're investing money or if you're not investing money. The multiplier still happens. Are you going to multiply losses or are you going to multiply gains? Is this going to be a possibility? The more money they put into the system, the more money is multiplied within the system is bringing back capital. More money you take away from the system, that gets multiplied. And now we're deeper in debt. People are deeper in debt. Food costs is up crazy. Like, food is up crazy. We're in the grocery stores. If there was a price cut anywhere, it hasn't hit Virginia yet. If it's a price cut. Because I'm gonna tell you, this is very expensive in this game right now, very expensive in this country. And we should be focusing more on how to grow and how to bring in more industries and how to be bringing more capital into the system. Wouldn't that be the focus? When it comes to cannabis, America has taken over. Ain't nobody talking about Amsterdam no more. They damn sure ain't talking about Jamaica. The weed in Jamaica sucks. It's regular. You know what I'm saying? Well, it used to. There are efforts and individuals out there in Jamaica that are with efforts that are working on bringing in the best quality and investing in growing the best quality in Jamaica. But currently, man, the weed is not that good. You know what I'm saying? So people are not going to Jamaica for it. People are not talking about Amsterdam for it. When they talk about cannabis, they're saying the best cannabis is in California. That's in America. All the people everywhere else grow based off of the system and stuff that they created in California. So it's going to be good cannabis everywhere. As long as they know how to cure it and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be good cannabis everywhere. And it's one of those things where it grows fast. I'm like, within months, you have a harvest. You have a harvest within a season. You have a harvest. It's not like a regular tree. Well, not like a tree where you growing. It takes years and years and years to make that happen. This is something where you're growing within the season and you're able to produce mass quantities and you'll be able to use every single part of this plant to create something. You want to focus on the buds when the buds is just one part. Every part of this plant has the ability to create something. And so we should have the ability to be able to invest in this cash crop and work the industry the way that we want to. Well, at least work the industry in a way that's conducive and that helps the community and, you know what I mean, and business. Yes, we should be able to do that. You already know there's a need. You already know folks want it. You already know that the market has been created and is going nowhere. The market ain't going nowhere. You can come up with all the mythical stuff that you want to. The most mythical thing that I like to hear about cannabis is the gateway drug concept. Gateway drug. Cannabis. Oh, you smoke cannabis, you're gonna want to do other drugs. Really? Who in the hell was high off cannabis and said, man, what else can I do? You know when you ask, you know when you're more susceptible to using drugs, when you're the most susceptible to doing drugs, besides being depressed and all that stuff, when you're drunk. When you're on alcohol and people pull out drugs, you do them shits. But when you're blazed on weed, you're not gonna be sitting like, yo, I'm so hungry. Man, what does Coke feel like? That ain't what how that shit go down. That's not how that shit go down. But if you drunk and you partying with folks or somebody pulls some blowout, motherfuckers like, yo, why don't you? Man, you know how that's how a lot of motherfuckers get on that shit. Pills, meth, whatever the fuck it is. Alcohol is usually a base, a foundation to it. They came together with alcohol first. Alcohol was the foundation to it. You want to talk about lowering inhibitions? That's alcohol. I've smoked weed for a long time. Never once have I been like, man, I'm smoking weed. Oh, man, well, I wonder what this is like. I wonder that ain't what the fuck I thought. I thought, y'all want to go IHOP. Yo, let's go 7-Eleven real quick. It's like, nigga, I didn't think about no other drug. I was thinking about food, nourishment, munchies, shit like that. That's what the fuck I was on my mind. I was not thinking about no damn more other drugs. So stop it with that shit, man. I guess if you said if you would try marijuana, you would try other things, which is not true as well. And where in the world how do you study that? How do you study that? How do you study, hey, well, you know, they tried marijuana and now they want to try other things? How do you study that? I can prove to you both of my concepts will be in a party where everybody's smoking weed. Somebody pulls some coke out. If you don't already do coke, You're not going to accept it if you don't already do it. Why? Because you're fucking on weed and you're blazed. But if we were sitting here drinking and somebody pulls some blowout and you tipsy, there you go. There you go. That's your gateway. The thing that you sell legally, the thing that is on pretty much every shelf. When you're looking around, you're going to find some shape, form, of some type of alcohol. The thing that you've made legal, that's everywhere. That you give to your military, everybody is on. And you're wondering, and you're talking about a game. Like, come on, make some sense out of this for me. Make some sense out of this for me. We're going to stop making money. We're going to not make money. Because this concept, business people out here who have made the investment, paid for the license, and all of this stuff, made the investment, paid people, paid taxes, all of that stuff. Now you just running up on them, you send the feds on them and stuff like that when you can't mess with them no more, or they growing too big for you. Like, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? This is the cannabis industry, man. Industry. And in industries, we make money. In industries, it's about that capital, bringing in capital. How much capital can you bring in? Did you bring in capital? What was your quarter like? What's the next quarter going to be like? What are the futuristic plans of this? That's what we're talking about here. That's what's on your mind. That's how we playing it. So I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is the problem, VA? What's the problem? How is it that the majority of our state can say they want something and you and your little crew, because out of this, it ain't 10 people making this decision. It ain't 10 people making this decision. 10 people. You have hundreds of thousands of people who are saying they're down for this. And 10 people, probably not even 10, that's probably like just, come on, man. Probably overthinking the situation. Probably ain't even 10 who are in the way of this. You don't think people truly want to do this legally and not have the police on their back? You don't think business leaders would like to do business and put their money in a bank and pay taxes so they don't have to be harassed and robbed? Because that's what you're doing. You're robbing people. You're robbing people. You're running in shops, taking everything, taking cash, taking everything, and don't even arrest nobody. Don't even arrest nobody. And then lately, we see you send the feds, so the DA said that they don't want to see the cases. So you call the feds because you robbed so much, you got to prove something. It's crazy, man. Like, what? Do you want business people to create jobs and be business leaders? Or are you trying to, are you just so got so much PTSD that you fucking can't even see that they're trying to do something good here? You can't even see they want to build businesses. You can't even see that shit. It ain't even, you can't see it. No. They're hooligans. You're a fucking hooligan. You're stopping jobs. You're in the way of progress. You're the hooligan. People have sacrificed for this, fought for this. The citizens have spoken. What is the problem? What is the problem? Be honest. Be honest. The only people who are truly licensed to do things are out-of-town companies, out-of-town agendas, bringing out-of-town workers and out-of-town management. That's what you're getting. You ain't getting people who live here that's investing in here. You're getting out-of-towners that are shipping the dough out of town. I don't understand it, man. Like, I don't get it. I don't get, like, what's your perspective on this? What's your perspective on this? Your religious beliefs, but you allow alcohol? Oh, yeah. And then you will legalize take-home drinks? Because you trust that people got alcohol in the car and they just gonna make it all the way home before they hit that mother. Like, what were you thinking? You know how many alcoholics is out here? You know how many alcoholics is out here? And you go for take-home drinks? Like, yo, man, like, for real, man. You know how many restaurants just went against you and said they ain't doing that shit? Because it's stupid. It's fucking dumb. It's dumb. But we much rather do that than to create leeway in this business where people can make money. Create leeway in this business where we can create jobs. Create leeway in this business where this business can actually benefit the state. It's like you don't want it to benefit the state because you're personally against it. But you don't really know why you're personally against it, so you throw up stupid shit that has no merit when it comes to from one person to the next. If you have a personal problem against it, that's why you don't do it. Because you got a personal problem. You don't fuck with it. But this is an industry, a booming industry. A booming industry. That if we were just to decide to invest in this industry and use this cash crop for its main purpose to make capital, make products, set up distribution, use the money to benefit the state. It's like these are not hard concepts. They're not. This is just real life and understanding industry and understanding the possibilities, and that this industry, you were literally arresting people and putting them in jail prior to this, and the industry didn't go anywhere. You were putting people in jail and it didn't scare the industry to not exist. By no means. It did not scare the industry to not exist. Matter of fact, the only thing that happened when you legalize is that cannabis got cheaper. The only thing that happened is it got cheaper. That's what's going on, man. It's like, I'm just trying to figure this out. I feel we need to be able to sit down and have a real conversation about this, because obviously you're not in the industry and you really don't know what to do with it. Even though you're a business owner and a business leader, because I don't know if y'all know our governor is worth like $500 million. So bro got like a business acumen, a high business acumen. But here's the thing. He don't know shit about this business. And since I believe there's so many minority faces in the business, now they don't even want to legalize it because it empower too many minorities, which is sad as fuck that you think that way. That's fucking sad. If I'm not even gonna put that on you, but if that's what the fuck is on your mind, that's sad, bro. That's sad. You claiming to be a loser before you even lost. And that's the reason why you're going to lose if that's your game plan. If that's your game plan, then you're going to lose. We're going to find a way. We're going to find a way. You're not going to stop anything. That the market already exists. And you guys have stifled yourself when it comes to arrest and things of that nature. What are we doing? What are we doing? Like, where are we going with it? It's a big thing to admit when you're wrong, but it's a bigger thing to serve the people, because it's not about admitting you are wrong. It's about doing right by the people. Now, you may look at it as in you admitting you're wrong, and that's something you refuse to do, but that's not what we're talking about here. Couldn't give a damn if you admitted you were wrong. I couldn't give a damn if you admitted you're wrong. I couldn't care. You being wrong does not benefit me in any way, shape, or form. So you can save that part of it. You can save that part of it. The way I look at it as in, let's move forward from here on out. Let's have a grand future for Virginia. A grand future. Let's create it. Let's create new industries that aren't being strangled by the people at the top. Industries that the people are able to become and get into and make theirs happen. Like your grandparents and your great-grandparents. Your great-grandparents came in at a time and got into industries where the barrier to entry was really hard work. You know, the barrier to entry was hard work in equipment, but that was the barrier to entry. Now the barriers to entry are insane. Insane. I believe that we should be trying to figure out the possibilities of this market, the possibilities of bringing in this capital. Possibilities. What are the possibilities here? I mean, in farming and agriculture, in production and manufacturing, and sales, financing. All of these industries can be affected because of this. All of them. And I believe that if we're focusing on this positive, the positive attributes of cannabis, you definitely see why you should get the fuck out the way and help Virginia, be a catalyst for Virginia success. Virginia's success. Be a catalyst for Virginia's success. Show us you believe in Virginia. The market exists. It's not going anywhere. The players exist. They're not going anywhere. But if you allow, come on, man. We're going to rebuild this place. We'll be able to rebuild this place. The capital you could make. I ain't saying it's going to be like cocaine in the 80s, but man, it's close. Not the damage. We ain't talking about the damage. Maybe I used the wrong example. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not talking about the damage and the crime and the crazy shit. I just meant the capital that came in, like what they did with Miami and the city of New York and all that shit. But definitely Miami, because Miami was not looking like that prior. But the capital that they put back into that city, man, to all the cities. And we need that capital. We need that investment. We need that investment from the people to stop from so much foreign investment so shit will stop being so expensive. Come on, man. We understand what's going on. We understand what's going on. We understand It's like y'all lost faith in us. And you're trying to sell us to the highest bidder, and you're trying to stifle our growth. 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 You're trying to stifle our growth. And for what? Fear? Fear of losing control? Fear of creating avenues where there are other 100 billionaires, 100 millionaires, half a billionaires, billionaires. Why? Are you worried about that? I believe in Virginia. I believe in the talent in Virginia, the talent pool of Virginia. We have people that are just spending their times all day long creating intellectual properties, things that have vast capabilities, and we don't know the expectation of how great it can be. If we was investing in stuff, we're investing behind Virginia. Man, could you imagine what we'll have? Can you imagine how much capital would be created? What level Virginia would be on? Could you imagine? Schools, safety, entertainment, beauty. You know what else you could end up lowering? Property tax. End up lowering personal property tax. You could lower it or get rid of it. Use cannabis to cover property tax. Get rid of it. Cannabis be the thing that finances the education system. Besides the federal government, you have cannabis. Because right now it's property taxes that are financing it, but in schools and districts where a lot of people rent and don't own, especially those districts with a lot of government subsidized housing, nobody really owns anything. So you're not going to get much investment in your school. But if cannabis was the thing that was problem that was garnering the investment for property taxes, if property taxes were being shifted and cannabis tax covered property taxes, then not only will you be saving money out your own purse directly, but the schools and the education system will have a stronger resource to be able to use to finance themselves, which is a cash crop. We can start educational curriculums where we're teaching the children from a young age how to grow it. It's a cash crop. So that's what I mean. It's like the possibilities. There's so many possibilities when it comes to it, man. In the state of Virginia, it's like we're in the way. The government, I don't know who the fuck is in the way. Just get out of it. Get out the way. Let business happen. Let things grow and scale, and then you make judgment. Then you make judgment. This thing has been illegal for so long. So long this has been illegal for. And now we're learning the error of our ways. But we still have people who are caught up in old think where they can't let it go. They can't let it go. They can't let the concept of it go. They can't let the fact that they personally believe that this should be illegal. They personally have a problem with it. Personally. But they cannot say where this harms anyone. And that should be what we're using to gauge if something should be fucking illegal. Hey, man, will that harm? Is it killing people? Having people strung out where they can't make good decisions and they're losing everything? No? Okay, well, while we're in the way. That makes a lot of sense. Why are we in the way? You know what I'm saying? We want to be able to identify really with healing. Healing, man. Have you seen the people's faces out there? People are hurting. People are broken. People need help. People need to heal, breathe, rest, relax, relax. The whole world simply needs to relax. I believe in this product. I believe in this industry. I believe that this industry can not only help save people, but can help create fortunes as well. Fortunes. Creating products or being a producer of the flower or a salesman of the flower or whatever. I mean, there are possibilities out through the roof when it comes to this. Possibilities through the roof. All we have to do is really just open up our mind and allow these possibilities to come to fruition. Come to fruition, man. Let's make something great. Let's build great things. Let's build great industries that help where you can actually see where it's helping. Let's do that together. Let's do that together. This is one of the industries that could be like that. Same thing I feel like with the content creation industry and how I don't believe that our state is investing enough in content creators. Every organization on the planet needs content creators, marketers, and all this. They need this stuff. Every organization on the planet needs this. Why aren't we investing in it? Why aren't we? Why where are the incentivized programs and the grants and all that when it comes to these industries? Where are they? These industries have great potential. Great potential. So why aren't we investing in these industries, Virginia? Why aren't we helping these industries to flourish and be strong, Virginia? We should be proud if we had an individual who was a felon, who were used to breaking the law, decided to go into the cannabis industry because it's a legal industry and created jobs and paid taxes. We should be proud of that. We shouldn't be trying to stop that. Oh, I don't think convict. What? You don't think the people who were the most affected by this should have a stake in it? And the people who just didn't give a fuck but used it a little bit, because you know they used it, even if they refused to admit it. People who just was around and used it a little bit supposed to be able to, and people who never used it, never been around it, they're supposed to be the people who benefit from this? How? You can't even relate to the clientele. How? It's crazy, man. It's crazy, Virginia. We need to do better. We need to do better when it comes to investing in our own industries. We shouldn't be allowing any other state to beat us to the punch. When are you going to stand up and be a leader and lead? Lead in a way that motherfuckers is like, yo, that motherfucker is leading in Virginia. Leading in Virginia. You see how Virginia's coming up? You see what's going on in Virginia? It's what the world needs to say. But you slipping and you slacking. And these old politics and old thinking, old ways gotta go. There's a cash business where people can have cash and be able to make serious investment in this town. There's cash business where people are able to literally make products, be manufacturers of products from something that grows directly out the earth. The possibilities are endless. Possibilities are endless. You know what's better than one billionaire? Two. I ain't gonna finish that. But you know what I'm saying? You know what's better than one billionaire? Two, three, four, five, 50. We need more resources. We need more financing. We need more investment. Now, let's stop playing games here. You see the condition of the country. Why aren't we creating new and exciting industries to be able to light business on fire? Literally. I'm just saying, man, why wouldn't we be doing that? Why wouldn't we be focusing on industries where people can grow and scale and we know? Why wouldn't we be focused on that? Why wouldn't we be investing our money in that? Invest. Virginia, come on. Come on. We can have better roads, better transit. All of these things, if we allow more industries to come in and be able to pile and flood money into our state. Cannabis is a way to keep the capital here. It keeps the capital here. People on Amazon shopping, on Walmart.com, all this stuff, they shopping and shopping and shopping. These companies ain't here. But when they purchase cannabis or cannabis products from Virginia vendors, then you know that capital is here. And those people are paying employees and staff and vendors and all that stuff. Keeps the bread here, keeps it in community where the money just keeps going around and around and around. We keep it here for a while. Isn't that the goal? Y'all don't sit down at the table and say, hey, what can we need to be able to create campaigns where we're enticing Virginians to spend money with Virginians. I don't never see efforts like that. I never see efforts like that where it's like, hey, we're spending, you know what? This right here, this is you get this benefit for spending money with Virginians. You get this, they're going to invest. You don't get that. You don't get it. And so it's like, it's important for us to be able to create these avenues. It's important for us to be able to create these channels. We need more business. We need more innovative business that is bringing in capital and enticing the people in different ways, financially, socially, psychologically. Come on, man. I'm just like, yo, VA, do better, man. And I know it ain't just VA. There's a lot of states out there that are going through the exact same thing, trying to figure out. You have your people who are screaming this, and now you're trying to figure out how the state can control it, like an ABC board or something like that. And it's greed. You're greedy. You're greedy. You know how quickly we can get this rolled out if you just allow the people to benefit, and then they pay taxes. I like that idea. Create it, people benefit, pay taxes. Boom. And then you personally keep the feds the fuck out of here because this is our market. It's just, I see so much for Virginia, and I believe in Virginia so much. I believe in this place. I am a disabled veteran. I'm a businessman. I could live anywhere in the world. I have friends with beautiful properties in Jamaica, and I have friends in Africa, and I have friends in all these beautiful states here. I don't have to be here. I'm here because I absolutely want to be. I'm here because I love this place. But there's so much work to be done. So much work to be done to make this better, the best, a better place for our people, our citizens, our communities. Again, I got a problem. I love Atlanta. I love Georgia. I love Atlanta. Shout out to all my folk down there. Have a great time down there. But Atlanta has no beaches. How is it that people are willing to go to Atlanta and do business before they come to Virginia and do business? And we have multiple beaches. It's something to think about. It's something to think about. It's some fat to chew on right there, because I believe that if we could really be enticing more business, enticing more industries to be in Virginia, enticing more creativity, enticing more innovation. We could be enticing more of this. We could be working harder with making Virginia excited to do great shit for Virginia. I believe that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I couldn't cut. You know what I'm saying? I just went on a rant right there because, this industry I believe that this industry is a great industry and it can really help. And the way it's being ran right now, the way it's being stifled right now is sickening. It doesn't make any fucking sense to me. It really doesn't. It really does not make any sense to me. So I want to work to change it. Yes. Me and a coalition of other individuals are just working to change this because we see the possibilities. We just need you to see it. And if you see the possibilities and you're in the way just because you see the possibilities, then fuck you for that. Thank you. Thank you for spending time. Thank you for joining us here at the I'm So Great podcast. Today we had a great conversation about cannabis. I'm a cannabis advocate, and I won't stop until Virginia is able to have their due when it comes to this industry, and we're leaders in this industry. I won't stop. I just want to thank everybody for showing love, everybody who came, everybody who tapped in. Just want to thank y'all for showing love. I appreciate it. And I'm out this joint. I'm So Great podcast. Mso the Great. We do this, man, because we're all great. We all got great shit going on. And we should just keep on being great and keep allowing ourselves to inspire us, but also inspire the next. We out.